are you at an increased risk for the future termination of benefits if the judge awards your case based on mental health issues? And I'm Jonathan Ginsberg, and I'm a disability attorney, and where this came from was an email I got from somebody who watches my YouTube channel. And if you're seeing this, I appreciate the question that you sent me, and I mentioned in my email back to you I was going to make a video out of it. This gentleman wrote me and said, I just had a hearing, I'm going to get approved. I went to the hearing, and the evidence in my file was both mental health as well as physical. Interestingly, my attorney and I both thought that the mental health evidence was really not overwhelming. I'd gone to the doctor, there was a consultative evaluation, there was some mental health evaluation. It all sort of pointed to somewhat of a mild level of depression, mild level of limitation. But I also had some physical stuff, and I don't think he went into detail about what it was, but let's just assume a really bad back, that we actually thought was probably stronger. We get to the hearing, and the judge was listening to testimony, and he said there was an ME there, a medical expert. I'm not sure if he was confusing the ME or the VE, but he basically said that the judge, after about 15 or 20 minutes at the hearing, said, I think you meet a listing, and I'm going to go ahead and award your case based on the mental health problems. And my client, this gentleman, said, he goes, the problem is that the physical stuff he didn't even get to. And so I'm concerned that down the road, I'm going to get reviewed. They're going to look at it. They're going to see it was awarded based on mental health issues. And I've heard, and this is actually true, that mental health cases are more likely to be reviewed, and that these cases are more likely to be terminated. And so, is there anything I can or should do about it? Very interesting question. And again, I think it is true that cases that are awarded on mental health are more likely to be reviewed because there's no objective evidence. It's based on what a psychologist says, and Social Security certainly understands that that kind of proof is difficult, so they're more likely to say, well, we think there's been an improvement, and what do you have to point to? There's no MRI you can point to, so there's really not much you can do about that, and so I think that you are more likely to get reviewed. So what I said to him is, I said, look, here's what I would do. You don't want to appeal this. You're not going to appeal a fully favorable decision. That makes no sense. But what I would do is, number one, I would make sure that you get a copy of the exhibit file. Your attorney can download it. Also get a copy of the recording of the hearing. This is in an electronic format. You can go on, the attorney can go into the electronic system and download the recording of the hearing. And you listen to it, and you get to the point where the judge says, I have heard enough, I'm going to go ahead and award this case. You may want to get that transcribed so that even if it's 3 or 4 pages, it's not going to cost that much. So if you do get reviewed, you can certainly point out to the judge or to the adjudicator or to the judge that the judge in your case did not even consider the physical part of it. Now realize when a review is done, they're going to look at the whole thing. They're going to look at all the impairments and all the medical records. So even if the judge didn't address the physical stuff, if you're reviewed, the adjudicator or the judge at a hearing would review the physical as well as the mental. So you're not losing out on that. They're not going to just review the mental because that's what your case was awarded on. But you want to make sure that you've got evidence that there was physical limitations in the record. The judge specifically did not address those, but even though they were there. You want to make sure that when you continue to go to the doctor, that you can have continuing medical records, that you ask your doctors both for the physical issues as well as the mental health issues to comment about your limitations that you might have at work. And so you almost want to begin preparing for the next hearing now. You may never need to use it, but you want to go ahead and prepare. And I think that given that there's a increased likelihood, let's just give it call it that, an increased likelihood that you could be reviewed, you want to be prepared for that. And so again, having future medical records, your ongoing medical treatment records, asking the doctor to address work limitation issues in the doctor's notes, get a copy of the exhibit, because if you go to a second hearing, the judge in theory would have a copy of the exhibits from the previous case, but if not, you want to be able to say, here they are. The judge is going to have the hearing decision, but may not address that the judge stopped before going to the, without even considering the physical issues. You got a transcript. Here's what the judge said to the second judge, so that you're really prepared for that possibility that the judge could, or that a review could go against you, and that you may end up in another hearing. If that happens, you're ready for it. So very interesting question, very relevant point. I think that Social Security is going to step up its reviews and its move to terminate. I think we're going to see that especially in mental health cases. And in a situation like this where you have both physical and mental health issues, you want to be as prepared as you can for that. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up on YouTube, like it on Facebook. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. Leave me a comment if you think there's something that you want to add to this discussion. Certainly happy to engage you that way. And if I can be of help to you, please let me know. My name is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I wish you all the best. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.